What's going on, beautiful people? It's your girl, Nene Adams, and you're on the couch with UGR. Thank you guys for joining in today. Make sure you guys share this information with your friends and family. Go ahead and put that on Facebook, on YouTube, whatever. Share this information. Get this out to everybody. Today, we're going to be talking about the shooting that recently just happened in Atlanta. And so we'll talk about that, get engaged in those conversations. And then we'll also have DIZKO. She will be on and she'll be rapping. And I'm so excited to have her on here as far as Women's History Month and just showcasing her talent and her ability. So before further ado, before we get into the show, let's go ahead and just bless the room. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you right now and just thank you for the time to be here, the time to fellowship, the time to enjoy each other's energy, company. God, we just pray for anyone that is going through a difficult time, any adversity, any hardship. So God, we just pray that you will just keep them covered. We also uplift our Asian Americans and just their family, their community, just keep them strong and covered through all the hatred and the crime. We just ask that you will just add an extra coat of covering over them right now to lift them up spiritually and mentally. And we come to you right now and just ask for a good show, live, good interactions. And we just thank you for just another day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Yes,
Man, this has been great, y'all. I know y'all been having a good week. I know I've been having a good week. Honestly, like this Friday, literally, I had my team get together and we had like a little luncheon and we celebrated. We had award ceremony. I think what was so special about it is because we haven't seen each other for a long time because of COVID, and it really marks my 6 years in the Army. So I'm celebrating 6 years. 6 years. 6 years. Yeah, man,
That's
6 years. It seems like time has passed. And through that time, like obviously I got 14 more years before I can retire. But
you going for the full 20?
I'm trying to go for the full 20. I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get that money.
You ain't getting no money.
I'm trying to get all of it.
You're gonna get to the 20-year mark and they're gonna be like, oh, by the way, yeah, that pension, yeah, we changed that.
You changed it. It's gonna be something different.
They're gonna be like,
man,
yeah, that's a Nene item. That's a Nene item.
Oh no, I hope not. But yeah, I'm 6 years in, and let's see what else happened this weekend. I celebrated or helped put on a birthday party for a good friend of mine. Shout out to Rashida, happy birthday!
Yes,
happy birthday! So that was fun. And then today I went out for a run. I haven't ran in like, jeez Louise, I want to say about a month and a half. Because I had a knee injury, so I wasn't running. And then today I did about 4 miles of just walking and jogging. So I'm hurting a little bit. 4 miles. 4 miles. 4 miles.
You said that so casually too.
Shout out to Camille. Thank you for pushing me through. We pushed each other through. So shout
Camille,
out to her.
her.
Yeah, man.
Okay, shout out to Camille.
She got the neck and knees aside.
Now that's why I got the knees out and the toes out today.
Nah, you too
You better also get ammonia. You better dip that up. Go get that coat. You know, mom watching this. She know better than that. She got sandals and shorts.
She probably is, but it was a nice day. It was a nice day to get out and run.
Yeah, I checked the weather. Ain't it supposed to be? Ain't it gonna snow again? Something
soon.
No, it's just supposed to rain.
This weather bipolar.
It's just supposed to rain.
Oh,
I think
that's it.
I think COVID helped reset the whole world's weather system.
Weather system.
Yeah.
Well, they did say that COVID did more in 2 months for the environment than all of the environmental movements.
Yeah,
that's crazy. In 2 months, because they started showing all of the like the atmospheric pollution, how they see stuff. You know what I mean? And then over Europe, it was down. Over the States, it was down. Yeah, it was like, yo. I
think I saw stars for the first time in like years.
That was the crazy.
Like looking up at the sky, I was like, wow, it's a star.
That was the crazy part. In New York, especially, you know, where especially in the beginning of it, they were talking about in Yonkers, where I'm from. You know, you can see a real, under normal circumstances, you can see a real hazy view of Manhattan. You know, across down, you know, if you look down the Hudson. But on the days where there was nobody traveling, it was like a clear day. You can actually see all the buildings and the George Washington Bridge all the way from Yonkers.
Crazy.
And people were saying that, yo, I've never seen it this clear. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
It is wild. Stay your butt at home. Mm-hmm. How was you, Vaughn? How was your week?
Oh, my weekend, as usual, was kind of it was filled with things. My Sunday was actually pretty cool, though. It was actually it was filled with editing because, you know, videography and photography. So I had to finish up some. I didn't finish up, but I got like 2 videos done. after today's show, I got to go back home and finish editing that, and finish editing some photos that I've done about 2 weeks back. But yeah, other than that, man, it was pretty cool, man. I got a chance to record some dancers out in VA, which was cool. It's always cool. I get a lot of attention when I film them. Because they you know, I get a variety of dancers that I film, and you know, you get your twerkers that always get a big hit when you post them, you know, for obvious reasons. I got
you can go ahead and send those to my email.
I got you covered.
Yeah, Jeffrey. I'll tell you about it later.
I got you covered.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, man, it's a lot of hip hop dance, a lot of I forget what it's called, but it was like footwork. It was just like, you know how like I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Irish folk or how they do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was similar
River
to
dancing.
Okay, yeah, but it wasn't
dancing.
necessarily river. This was like I guess a week ago that I did that, but I had to finish editing that.
So like a black version of river dancing.
Well, yeah, but she was white.
So like,
but she had rhythm. I'm gonna tell you that she was dope.
I was gonna call it creek crawling. I didn't know.
Hell, that's what's up.
But yeah, I think next weekend is gonna be full of that too. So
okay,
yeah, my weekends are tend to be a little lit. I will say that.
I got you.
Yeah. Pretty eventful weekend myself. We had a family friend that stopped in from Connecticut. So we have another birthday shout out. So shout out Tiana from Connecticut.
Shout out.
That is West Sister. Shout you out for your
Happy
birthday
girl.
So she was in town, and of course, you know, we had to get the kids out the house. So we used all safety measures when it came to COVID, but we got them out and went bowling. Very disappointed, you know, in my performance, because listen, me and her, this is what brings out the competitive side of me. Okay. So usually if she's not around, like I just be like, you know, whatever. Because I remember this one time, so she's in, you know, in the Army. So this one time we came down to visit her, and she told us, she was like, all right, look, we're gonna play bowling. If y'all lose, y'all gotta do, what was it, like 50-some push-ups? I don't know.
Yeah,
it was
y'all had to work for it.
It was something crazy, man. When I say doom, I was getting them. We tied at 114. She tried to play me, talking about something you still gotta do. I said, if I gotta do it, you gotta do it. All behold, nobody did it. But yeah, so I didn't have my competitive side, so I was slacking. So
we used to getting turkeys. That's the thing. We bowling, we getting turkeys, 3 strikes in a row.
That's not what I had.
Shout out to Mom.
Oh yeah,
on that bowl. Yeah, when you was there when I was there.
You was there when I was. Y'all was throwing.
No, that was a bad night.
That was a bad night.
You wasn't even playing. How you going?
Hey, that's the thing. I wasn't playing. I was spectating, so I saw it all.
No.
That was
I saw it all, man.
That was a bad night.
Y'all wasn't looking too good, man.
All right, well, we won't have to all.
It was an off night. It was
I wasn't looking too good, man. Y'all wasn't looking too
We'll
good.
take that
I'm
one.
tell you that.
Bump that. Bump what you heard.
How was your weekend, Jeff?
Mine was cool. Did a couple things that were non-social distancing.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Or you was like going to people in Miami?
Nah, I like that.
Probably was. Max down here.
I mean, my mask was on when I first walked into the establishment, and then when I got to my destination within the establishment, I went ahead and slid my mask down.
Why y'all keep having me sit next to him?
I don't know. I'm not even 6 feet away.
I was 6 feet away from everybody. That's why I took it down. If I wasn't, my mask would have stayed up.
Okay.
Outside of that, yeah, that's all I got.
Drop in the link below if you make masks. I need a UGR mask to be made so I can wear on the show.
Facts.
Sit next to him.
You're gonna get COVID. I think I'm
Okay.
Lord. Y'all drop in the chats how y'all weekend was or how y'all week was. We want to talk. We want to get to know how you guys were doing during the week and stuff like that. So go ahead and drop in the chat. But we are on this day with Day.
Man, this week was actually hard. There were so many events that occurred on March 22nd in the past. It was hard to pick. So usually I do 3. I got 4.
You got about 4?
I got 4. I was about to add more. Y'all was about to be
surprised you ain't got the whole list.
Okay. But like I always say, y'all gonna learn today with Day. All right. So 1794, Congress bans U.S. vessels from supplying slaves to other countries. In 1873, slavery is abolished in Puerto Rico and is celebrated as an Emancipation Day.
Puerto Rico!
Okay.
What's up?
1956, musical wonderful Sammy Davis Jr. and father, Sammy Davis Sr., opened Broadway Theater in New York.
Shout out.
1986. This is my song. Sorry, y'all. On My Own, single by Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald, wins Billboard Song of the Year.
Oh, yeah. Sing that one. Draw that one.
Go ahead.
On my own.
Yeah. We're gonna have to play this one right now. Do a little karaoke session.
Well, tonight is perfect because we're gonna have DIZKO come on and she's gonna be rapping. So I would have loved to have some more artists.
And in the verses, they just announced. Did y'all hear that? Isley Brothers.
Oh, yeah. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
What they doing? The shore?
The versus battle.
Oh, all right.
April 4th.
I have a confession to make.
Fantasia and Jasmine Sullivan's supposed to be doing one too.
That's gonna be a good one. I think.
Don't play with me.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
I have yet.
Jasmine Sullivan might win that one, but
everybody on time.
I have yet.
And make sure the internet is
listen. I have yet to watch one versus battle.
Where?
What?
I haven't watched not one.
It's got to be April's Fool.
No, I'm dead serious.
A little too early.
I haven't watched not one, but I might watch that Earth, Wind, and Fire joint.
Okay.
Yeah, I might actually have to watch that. Yeah.
I think my favorite one was Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. I think that's just me and my personality. I love R&B.
See,
I love good mellow music.
I heard about that, and I had marked it, and then I forgot.
Don't worry,
you can always
Nah, man.
Let's play it back.
Till now you want some wine and just relax and listen to it.
You know something? You're right. I might have to listen to it with you, man. We're gonna go ahead and pour up
and
vibe out, man. That's what we're gonna do.
You see how you pull up, Day.
We the vibe enhancers, you know.
That's what we do. That's me and her.
Oh, wag, y'all, wag.
Nah.
Nah, I love it. I love it.
Just getting better out here. That's what it is.
I love it. I love it. Jeff, you good? You got one for us?
Nah, I just have a public service announcement.
Let's hear this.
As we were talking about earlier with these masks, if you have a lisp, I need you to wear 3 masks.
That is a joke.
Because your lisp may make your spit go a little bit further than the 6 feet that they said. So if you have a lisp, I need you to stand back 6 feet and then have on 3 masks so it can catch some of that spit.
Yo.
I was talking to someone with a lisp and they just kept saying, sir. So I said, first off, just say man. Stop calling me sir. Because every time you say sir, it a little bit got on my chin. So I might have it.
No. So he didn't have no mask on?
No. Well, he was at a distance and it still kept kissed us.
Through the mask, though?
He was from a distance. It just kept smacking.
Oh, it was through the mask?
I feel like he had on a paper mask. I ain't like it. So if you have a lisp, I feel like I'm going to call Fauci. I'm going to send him an email and say people with lisp need 3 masks. And if you don't have a lisp, you can have 2 masks. So that's my public service announcement. Anybody with a lisp, tell them to wear 3 masks now. Thank you.
Yo, you said through the mask, 6 feet, he was still getting you.
Still smacking me in the chin.
That's a problem, man.
Boop.
I can't.
Boop. I said, brother, first off, watch your mouth so juicy. That was the first question. I was going to go down a different road, but this is a family show. So.
But no, I enjoy it, especially in a grocery store, because I don't have to worry about nobody hitting my heels. You know what I mean? Or too close up on you. You just like your personal space on the grocery store. I love that you got to get back. Love it.
Yo, shout your mom out, huh?
Hey, you know you're not supposed to do that.
She came. She on YouTube watching. Shout out.
I can see her. She's finally figured out how to comment. The last 2 shows, she was like, "Yeah, I'm watching y'all, but I'm trying to figure out how to comment." So yeah, my mother's over here commenting.
Shout out,
Mom. I appreciate that.
Mom.
Thanks, Ma. I appreciate that. You know, make sure you leave it a like. You know, share the video. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to grow on all these platforms. So do your part. We're gonna do our part. I appreciate you. Thank you, and I love you. And I know that your birthday is coming up soon. Yeah, we're gonna handle that.
Right. Make sure you handle that from Mom, please.
Yes.
Vaughn, hit us with these facts, man.
So I got a couple, man. And,
you like Day. Look, y'all 2 peas in the pot.
So
I love it though.
I'm supposed to have like 2 or 3 different facts. You know what I'm saying? So, she's talking about the historical stuff. I'm talking about what's happening now.
Facts.
So, you know, I know a lot of people really like Mr. Biden. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Everything's cool, but he took a bit of a stumble.
Yo.
And I'm gonna have to. The memes are going crazy right now with that. You know what I'm saying? so your man,
he tripped all the way up the steps 3 times.
Tripped up the steps 3 times.
3 times.
You know what I'm saying?
Steph Curry, where he
got him.
Yo, there's like 8 of them out there, man. Like it's not even.
I'm not even laughing.
I try not to laugh, but yo, it's funny. You know, it's just it is what it is. People fall up the steps all the time. B.
Yeah, it happened.
It happens. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened to happen with what was he, 75?
He's
With a 75-year-old.
Did he make it though?
78.
Did he survive?
He's 78.
78.
Okay, so he's 78 and he made it up the steps. Even though he fell a couple of times.
Can I just say one more?
Sure.
They had the one where you know how you get that seat that you sit in and you can glide you up.
Right.
I also had the one going up to the plane.
Yeah.
Y'all wrong.
Sorry, that's the last one.
Y'all wrong.
There it is.
Right.
Oh man.
So we have this young man by the name. I don't know if this is his real name or if it's just the name that he chose for himself, but his name is King Randall.
King Randall.
So him and he had an interview with Roland Martin. I think a few days ago, and this young man is about 21, and he's in Atlanta. Well, not Atlanta, but he's in Georgia right now, and he's doing some real good work for the people down there, man. He's taking the initiative of taking young black men, and schooling them on how to. Well, he's the school that he's in right now that he started. He's 21, mind you. And he started the school where he's teaching young black men to do for self, such as he's teaching them different skills as far as how to maintain a house, putting up a ceiling fan, just basic stuff that men are traditionally, should know how to do. And I respect it. But the interview that he gave on Roland Martin's show, Roland Martin has been getting a lot of flack. Roland Martin has been on the interview. He was kind of berating the young man because the young man would say, "Do for self. We don't need the government." You know what I'm saying? We don't need him. He kept telling Roland Martin, "We don't need government, and we can do this ourselves." He says, "Me and a few teenagers have been able to do this, and we've gotten the school already. We already purchased the school. It's already up and running."
Wow.
And Roland Martin was kind of, I would say, a little harsh to the young man, because he kept trying to tell the young man, "Well, you need government. Well, you need the government for this and government for that and government for this and government." He was like, "Nah, yes, we do go through government. We want to have less government. We don't need the government to get ahead in life. I mean, the government inevitably is going to be involved in some way, shape, or form. If we pay taxes, then the government's involved. Let's be real about it." But this young man is taking the initiative and taking action to do things without having to wait for the government to say, "Hey, okay, we have a building for you. Now you can use it." I think that's what he was trying to explain to Roland. But Roland just kept pushing, like, "You need government. You need government." I encourage everyone to check out that interview with King Randall and Roland Martin to see for yourself what was going on in that interview. I honestly, for me personally, Roland Martin was very, very wrong in that interview. To go at that young man like that. Not many young men are doing that or taking action like that. And he is. So I think he deserves a lot of applause and a lot of support.
Definitely. Just from the sound of it, it sounds like he's trying to be like self-sufficient and then empower other people to do the same thing. So exactly. I definitely want to check that one out.
Look at Vaughn come with the facts.
Vaughn come with the facts.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying
I
to
love
do my
it.
part out here, man.
I love it. Make sure you guys like and share. Make sure you guys send this out. We're about to go into our topic. We're gonna be actually saddened to say right now back in Atlanta. I think it was March 16th that this event occurred. But the shooting down in Atlanta, Georgia, against our Asian Americans, and just to see it unfold and to hear some of the interviews that have been out surfacing on the internet and just hearing people talking about it. There was one guy that I actually watched. He was actually present at the scene. He had just went back 2 minutes. I guess he was getting some work done in the back. And then he heard shots fired, didn't know what was going on. Then another shot. And actually the lady who was doing work on him went to the door to see what's going on. And she actually got shot.
Wow.
So it's just troubling that we are actually living in these times that people are influenced by other people's actions or their sayings, and then people are running out and actually executing. So I definitely want to make sure that we talk about this subject and like what we can do as a community to see what we can do to support, because I know me personally, I know a lot of us too, like we're sitting here today, we don't want this to happen to anyone. It doesn't matter of your religion or race or anything like that. We will want to be come together with some solidarity and just make sure that we support one another. So I think that's key.
So someone brought something up to me, not being anti-Asian or anything, but someone brought something up to me. They were saying, the Black people, how the Asian community is reaching out to the Black community, trying to have solidarity. But they said, what happens when you have the Asian restaurants and stores in the hood, and when Black people come in, they look at them sideways, like when they come in the hood. So they, the thing I read, they were saying like they feel like this could help start to bring everyone together, because to let the folks in the hood know like not all Black people are bad and all other type of stuff, because we literally going through the same thing. Another thing I saw that's very interesting is when they talk about Black people getting killed by cops, right? Mm-hmm. You see how there's not that many people to fight for us except for us. But the reason why this is so big is because the Asian people have a whole country behind them that's like reaching, like they speaking over there like, hey bro, what you killing our people for? So I always think I thought those two things were very interesting that came from this incident that brought it up. But yeah,
I agree with you, especially when you say it got to start somewhere. Again, there has been a lot of hate, from both sides, like you said, from the discrimination going into the hair stores, and experience that even for myself. You know what I mean? Right. So I can heavily speak on that. Even the nail salons, things like that. Right. Getting my nails done, and vice versa. Even traveling to those different countries and experiencing it too as well. But it has to start somewhere, and we have to come together, and we have to say, you know what. We're spreading love. We're spreading peace. We're going to come together as one, like you said, in solidarity, because this can't continue.
No, it definitely can't. And it's interesting, when I was watching the video too, it was actually a Muslim lady that went on, and it was good to see that she's representing for all, because in the Muslim community, they're already looked at or perceived as like terrorists and stuff like that. So they already get that discrimination on themselves. So when I was watching her, she had a Breonna Taylor mask on, and she was just there. She's like, we just all need to come together. She's like, this is not something that we should take lightly. And if someone's being attacked, we're all being attacked. And I think that's the message that needs to happen. Is like, if somebody's being attacked, we all being attacked, and we all need to come together and support one another.
Not our fight.
Go Vaughn. Ooh.
It's not our fight.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna say that off break. I just spent a decent amount of time looking through photos of the Black Lives Matter marches. The people I see there are largely us and white people. I don't see Asians. Yeah. I don't. So it's wild to me that now that we're talking about solidarity. Solidarity right now, where was that when Trayvon Martin got popped? Where was that? Michael Brown, you know what I'm saying? George Floyd, from the Asian community. Where was all of that? It wasn't there. You see how serious he just got?
Yeah. No, I mean, I 100%. And that's what we're saying, is that we have been subjected to that treatment from them in that community. And that's why someone has to step up and break that gap for us to push forward. Because if we continue to be divided, we're not going to get anywhere.
But then on the flip side,
I understand what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, but then on the flip side, people always say, "Well, it's always the Black community that's always stepping up and being the better person," right?
Exactly.
Very true.
I mean, but I feel like sometimes it has to be us, because everyone else is just too ignorant to not have the maturity to actually want to step up and do something. But then I can understand on the other side where it's like, I'm tired of stepping up, like.
And you don't even have to step up and do much. It starts with just, like I said, spreading love. Like, you know what I mean? You see people, hey, how you doing? Just whatever, just show. Like, people can be kind. That is it. That's cool. To everybody. That's everybody.
That's cool.
Wait.
Talk your trash, man.
That's cool. But I would like to see, when I go inside of a Asian restaurant, and I be treated, fair or nice. Can I get a hello, how you doing, instead of you saying what you want?
That's
I don't get a hi when I go to a Chinese store.
That's true.
But can I also flip it on the other side too? I've also seen it where other people and other races have spoken to them and said, you know, assuming that they automatically don't know how to speak the language, or confusing if they're from China compared to if they're from this.
Yeah, I understand.
So you know what I mean? So I've seen things, you know, from both ends that happen. That's why I said it got to stop from all across the board.
Fair enough. But this situation, as tragic as it is, let's be real about it. You know, I understand how they're feeling right now. I truly do. However, I would like to see members of the Asian community step up when you have Asian men tackling Black women in hair salons because they thought she stole something. That happens often.
Yeah.
You know, we don't hear anything from the Asian community when that happens. We don't hear any solidarity. Oh, you know what? Not everybody's stealing from you, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't steal it. She has a receipt or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because you have two oppressed groups trying to come together and trying to first not oppress each other.
Right.
And then two try to come together and work with everybody else.
Right.
And it's like, well, hold on, wait, man, you hurt me first. So like we got to fix this hurt first before we can go and fix other hurt. Which is why it's just wild because I never sat back and thought about it.
Honestly, me personally, I think our community needs to not involve ourselves with a lot of different fights. We got a lot of problems that we need to fix
within our own community.
We do. We
have community to take on other people's issues, not just the Asian community. But like immigrants, and when we all think about immigrants, it's always people from the south of the border. So let's be real about it. It's not people coming from Europe.
Correct.
That's not our fight either. That's
Correct.
their fight. So let them fight that. We have a lot of problems in our community. For us to stop and say, okay, bro, come on, while we still got Flint, Michigan, where a lot of us are being, poisoned by lead. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not being fixed yet. But yet we want to take on other people's problems. That's insane to me.
I definitely agree. I think we do need to fix the things that are in our community. But like you talked about before, if you separate other people, like, okay, those immigrants that are coming in, let them deal with that. Then when we talked about the Black Lives Movement and you saw the pictures, we had, those white Americans that came in and supported us. It wasn't just our own. I think they might have been out more than we were.
No, fair enough. I think that's what I said.
So I don't want it to be a division type of thing. I know we got to work on stuff eternally, but I also believe that if we help each other out along the way, I'm not saying it has to be 100% energy, but as long as we can play our part and do our part, I think this world would be a better place. But we do need to start at home, but we also can look out for our other counterparts, because when we need help, we're going to be looking at them like, oh, so why you not jumping in? You said you call me your friend. You call me all this. Why you not helping me out?
The only people that Black people look at when you say that are white people. We don't look at Asians. We don't look at Spanish people or anybody south of the border. We don't. That's a fact. But every time we talk about, oh, will you be an ally? It's always towards white people.
But I mean, you have to think about where all that came from, right? So I agree with you, right? I agree that I don't think Black people can survive in America by themselves, even though we may think it.
Fair enough.
I don't think we can, because one, we're already here in America. Everyone's already mixed. There's already white people in the neighborhood, Spanish people, all that. So we might as well learn how to cohabitate together instead of trying to separate it. Now, I do agree that in the areas where it is predominantly Black and there's a lot of issues, people who have the means, have the education, who have the knowledge, who have the money to go in and help those areas, we need to do that, because no one else is going to understand to do it. So we need to go in there and do it. But it is wild that every time something goes on, the only people we can't look at are the white people, as you said, because that's pretty much who we know who to look at, right? That's the people who think they have all the money. So every time something happens, oh, we need money, I need to go to a white man and get money, because
they do. Because they do. They got the most money.
And then part two, a lot of times when Black people start getting money and they start getting higher up, they look at us like, oh, y'all just some little field Negroes. Yeah. I ain't trying to help y'all out.
That's that crab mentality.
That's fair too. I mean, go ahead.
I would say I slightly agree with y'all, but I have this thing: take care of home, which is the Black community, and do what you're supposed to do. But also, it takes a village, and I believe in supporting each other. Other races throw it out as we want them to reciprocate and support us too. Spread love. That's it. I know you look at me.
No. I totally agree with you. but I agree, not 100%, but 1,000% when you say take it home first.
Yeah,
1,000% for that, 85% for the others.
that's cool. I can work with that.
You see what I'm saying?
With that.
Yeah,
Because we, again, man, our community has some serious problems that need to be fixed.
But I don't think our community recognizes that we have problems. Because it's been so embedded for so long.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
recognize
recognize
it's not because I mean think about it, right? Think about how many people's great grandmothers have a bunch of children everywhere, and then when you turn 40 or something, you be like, oh, here goes your uncle. Where does uncle come from? Or here goes your aunt. Where does aunt come from? I ain't never heard about this aunt before. Like, but and of course, all communities have that. But of course, since we're Black, we see it in our community more than we see in the other community.
Yeah, there's like 3 different things.
You need to invite some white people in here. I want to talk to white people.
We can definitely do that. And I think with us, we was actually having a conversation about that earlier today. It's like how our community keeps a lot of things on the hush hush.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something might happen, and it's like, don't say nothing to nobody else, or you okay? Or,
you ain't about to embarrass
me out here, right?
Keep business, keep house business to the house.
I think we need to get out of that mentality too, because you know we're neglecting that person from growing and from understanding the mistakes that they made, taking accountability, all that stuff. And I think our community can grow and heal from that once we start realizing that, hey, it's okay to admit that you did something wrong, but we're gonna still love on you and help you along that process.
And that's the part we still got love on people, because you know somebody say something, they did something sideways, they're like, girl, did you hear about Sarah and them? Sarah been messing with the neighbor and the water boy. Like, and the water boy.
There's gossip in all communities, man. Let's be real about it. The milkman.
Yeah.
The milkman spent too much time at Meredith's house.
You stupid.
I want to touch base too real quick about the interview I saw her daughter give, and who I'm speaking of is Emily Tan, and she was the owner of 2 of the spas. So 2 out of the 3 spas are the ones, as you know, that were hit and affected by this shooting. And so her daughter just spoke on how loving and caring her mom was, but also a lot of people, when they think of Asians, they have this perception that, happy endings, even that's what she referred it to, and other things, they automatically think of this sexual nature. And so there's times where people have come into the salon and expected or asked or joked around, and she's like, no, get out, like, we are respectable business, this is what we do, and things of those nature. And so it's really unfortunate that has happened, especially to her family, and the victims, that experienced that. But again, it's like these stereotypes that are placed upon these different races, and then they're attacked with these hate crimes.
Well, I don't know if that was a stereotype.
But apparently the guy, so the one who actually,
I heard about that.
Robert Long, he actually went there. He was a client. He went there.
Oh, he went there.
And, and again, I'm not sure if he was associated with having a problem, with in what they talked about of, kicking people out for asking for, those sexual favors, but he actually went there. So waiting to see more of this story develop as the reason why they spoke on it. They said they really think it was more of a hate crime based off of that, more so not of race. But again, when I was reading, I was looking at some of the stuff that they were saying is that he had a sex addiction. That's one thing that he was saying. He was battling his sex addiction. He was saying that the spa was give temptation to him or something.
I literally,
a spa?
No, literally all Asian countries. I'm not lying to you. You go to any Asian country, any massage place you go to, they're going to ask you if you want a happy ending. It's going to. I've been asked, and I have been given.
Is that only to men? Because personally, as a
female, there's nothing. There's nothing to happy in a woman with, really.
Okay. And have you been to all of these establishments to give this fact?
Oh yeah,
all of them.
Not all. I've been to a lot, and I have people I can bring on that would be like, yeah, bro, it's true. Like it's even
if that is the case, I don't feel as though anybody should. You know what I mean? Be sexually attacked for certain things because they are perceived. My thing. I feel like people should be able to separate, because over in those countries it's legal to do that. Kinda. Here it's not legal to do it. So you should be able to separate and know that you can't do that.
What is what?
But this shooting actually reminded me of that church that got shot up in
South Carolina. South Carolina.
Yeah. Like it's like the same premise. Like it's like a dude went in there and.
The crazy thing though, I follow a lot of independent media on social on like YouTube, and
yeah, careful with those.
True, but also mainstream media too. And a lot of the narrative have been before this shooting happened was, Asian Americans are being attacked, right? From the pandemic and stuff like that. I get it. But a lot of the narrative they were talking, they were saying that it's not coming from white people, it's coming from other people of color, aka black people. And now we have a shooting where a white dude is the one doing all the killing, but yet black people are the ones who are committing. That doesn't make any sense.
Because black people ain't gonna be the ones going to shoot up nothing.
Right. No. Now, from what I've seen, I haven't seen everything, but from what I've seen, what I've come across is that yes, there have been some altercations between black people and Asians, but it's usually this. It's usually verbal. It's verbal.
And it's probably gonna start because someone accused someone of doing something.
Right.
Pretty sure that's where 9 times out of 10.
Exactly. I haven't heard too many killings.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But the media was saying, well, yeah, black people are doing why is that a narrative?
Well, you got
you know what I'm saying? But now
it also depends on who you saw in the media, because some people in the media they do
that.
They'll bait you.
They'll bait bro, what you want to see,
right? And then they've been bad.
I don't like that, man. Like you're making it seem like black people are always the problem, man. Like nah.
But another thing I think a lot of times we forget about when we talk is how big the U.S. really is, right?
It is.
So like here we may not see that, but you could be in Detroit or something, and it could be some black people up there going into Asian places,
fair enough,
acting reckless, and we don't know.
Matter of fact, we can go right to Chinatown.
Right, it's like it's different places we can go. Like they be acting reckless,
but why? Like you said, there's always a reason.
Yeah.
What is it? Why is it happening? Now, if you have a random person, I just got off the train down in DC somewhere, Red Line, Chinatown, 11 o'clock at night. And I just see an Asian person. Hey, you!
Well, first of all, ain't nobody.
You gonna get left there at 11 at night.
You gonna get jumped on the rail line before you make it off the rail line.
You might not even make it back because they shut down at midnight.
Right. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to reinforce that there's a reason that you don't see that happening just cause. Yeah. You don't walk into a hair store and you buying something and all of a sudden you just schizo. F you.
Yeah. Most incidents have a reason.
There's a reason why stuff happens. Most people just want to go and buy what they need to buy so they can get back home and do what they need to do.
I think one of the reasons, man, and it's crazy, but if we look at what Donald Trump said back in 2020 when this virus kicked off, COVID. I'm talking about COVID. Yeah. When he got up there and he spoke and he had his little press conference and stuff like that, he kept renaming this the Chinese virus, all these things. So
if you China,
right.
China.
So and he has a good his following. They are extreme, but and they're faithful, but. And it's sad to say that some people can be influenced by other people's words to do certain things, but people got to remember, you got to make a choice for yourself, because now that he's being charged with 8 counts, guess what? Trump is still good, living his best life.
Of course.
And it's so sad that people are getting influenced by other people's actions, by other people's talk.
I mean, even that captain that made the statement where he said the guy had a very bad day. And that's
that right there.
That right there is like a real big thing. Everybody's been harping on.
You have a bad day, so you go shoot up some people.
Exactly.
That's supposed to justify.
That was everyone's argument.
I do want to go back just a second. The Trump thing calling the Chinese virus. A lot of people called that racist. A lot of people had a problem with that, but no one calls the Spanish flu racist.
Because I don't think it had a real name.
It was called the Spanish flu, though.
But also,
wouldn't that be racist calling it the Spanish flu?
Not really, because
wouldn't the West Nile virus be racist to Egyptians? Well, no one said anything about that. It's only when it happened with Trump. Oh, it's racist. See that when it comes to mainstream,
because we know
it's his delivery.
I get what you're saying.
Hold on, but think about it though. Back when the Spanish flu happened, I don't think scientists knew. Science was not that advanced for them to know exactly what it is to give it a name.
No, but they figured out where they assumed where it came from, and they called it the Spanish flu.
Well, I'm gonna listen to that line.
I'm about to do it right now. I'm putting my microphone down.
We're gonna have to have a part 2.
They assumed that it was the Spanish. They was from Spain, so Spanish flu. And the fun, well, yeah, there's a whole lot behind
But even if it was that, I think it's the way that it is presented and the way that it's delivered, because whoever, and I can't even think who was the president at the time, but I don't think it was delivered in a manner to be demeaning to those that are in Hispanic
We are talking about
religion.
the 1918.
Right.
Well, who knows?
But that was a long time ago, right?
Yeah,
exactly. But the way that Trump delivered that information, it was like to his followers, like, these are the people who are causing it, so go get them. You know what I mean? Like, it's the way that you approach and deliver that information.
In the 1930s, there was a lot more racism and a lot more nationalism at that point in time.
And guess what? It came back.
So the Spanish flu came from a H1N1 gene that made it, but it was 1918 to 1919.
Okay, 1918, 1919. I thought it was the 30s. So 1918, 1919, after World War I. That's right. Yeah.
We didn't. Scientists was probably dead. They probably would.
Even so,
scientists said
even so, they named it the Spanish flu because they had an idea of where it came from. So you name viruses or diseases
off the origin
off the origin of where it came. So I don't see how
this virus has a name, and it's not the China virus.
Ooh.
Exactly, it had a name.
Talk your trash, Dave.
Well, at first it was called the Wuhan virus. All right, I can't say that's racist. That's another thing too. The word racist has been thrown around so much the last 4 years. Honestly, it's lost a lot of power, man. Because you can just say, "Oh, you don't want to rent me a car because I don't have a credit card. You're racist." Oh, you don't want to let me park here after 9 o'clock, even though the sign says that you can't park here after 9 o'clock. You're racist.
It's just too
much.
People definitely use
You know what I mean? It's just too much.
There's also discrimination that is occurring.
Fair enough.
Throughout.
I will say that, and that's why the word racist should be reserved for what's actually racism, instead of just saying this is racist, that's racist, that's racist. Everything is racist. Come on, man. Not everything's racist. You didn't get the promotion. Maybe you just didn't do the numbers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's not because come on, man. Now, it can be. Let's be real about it.
You know that person now, especially if it's internal, recruitment option. And that person, they just got hired 6 months ago. You've been in this position 5 months. You didn't have this, that, and the third. Right. You're going to be like, hold up now.
Right. There's
they got paid more than they came.
There's definitely situations where you can be like, hold up. But it ain't 100%.
But not everything.
Not everything.
Yeah. I was watching something, and they say a lot of black people always bring up the racist card.
Yeah.
Sad part about it is we do.
It's true.
Because I think sometimes we don't know how to receive denial, right? So if you try to go get a loan, the bank being racist, but you go look at their credit score and they got 200. It's like, nah, they ain't being racist. You got 200. Credit score, so you gotta build up your credit before you do it. So no, I agree with y'all. I do feel like the word racist and racism has been thrown around everywhere. But then on the flip side, you got other people like they try to denounce whatever your racism is. Like it's like, nah, this is racist. No, it's not. Yeah, that's not racist. Like no, it's racist. Like
the only reason why they can do that is because we throw around the word racism too much.
Right.
If we were very specific on what exactly is racist or racism, they can't do that.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can't say, "Oh well, the president called when Donald Trump called one of the football players an SOB. Well, he's racist." Really? Is that's racism?
Well, I don't know. Trump got a whole little line. He got a whole little page.
And that's fine.
He got a whole page on that page.
And that's fine. And that's fine. And Biden has 47 years of receipts too.
Yeah. No, but you can't. Okay.
I mean, it's different. I mean,
you can't blame.
See, now we're going into politics.
I don't want to do that.
We ain't doing that.
I'm just saying. But I'm saying on both sides, people. I'm just saying that from what I've seen, they just say, okay, if you got an R next to your name, you're racist. Forgetting the fact that people with D's next to the names, aka Democrats, have done some things too.
Yeah, that's everybody. Shoot, you in politics, most like you did something.
We racist too.
All good.
Black people.
It's all good.
Every group has some type of prejudice. Every group has some type of prejudice. Let's be real about it.
Right.
Every group has it, and it's natural. It's fine. It's the other. We don't know y'all. So you doing stuff over there. We like to wear skirts. You don't. Something's wrong with you. And they think the same thing. You like to wear skirts? Then something's wrong with you. It's just different groups. It is what it is. It has been that way for centuries, and it's going to continue to be that way.
It's crazy.
Keep going.
But what I would like to say,
pray for a dream that it changed.
Yeah, but
I would love for that.
I hope so. But what I like to say is, again, to the Asian American community, we are here to support you. I know me personally, I can speak for myself, to support you in whatever capacity that is. I'm all about sharing love and support. And if that is something that we need to do to stop the bleeding, then that's what we need to do. And we all need to come together and make sure that happens, because like we said before, if one of us is impacted or affected by this, then we all are. And that's how we should approach the situation, and not point the finger or blame and be like, well, you never helped me with this. Someone's got to step up and take that torch, and we all come together with this. So we will say to our Asian community that we support you, but we also would love that in return to our Black community. And if there's anything that we can do, like I said before, hit us up on UG, comment, and we'll see what we can do to support you guys down there and all over, because it's not only just happening in Atlanta. I've heard stories that have in Oakland, New York, it's all over the place. So let's just look out for each other.
That's crazy having happened here though, as big as our Asian community.
As big as, yeah.
But I think
at least we haven't heard.
But again, the DMV is different though. Like DMV is honestly kind of loving a little bit.
Honestly, the DMV is. I think
different breed.
Too much of us have grown up with everything.
Yeah,
like that's what it is.
We're
it's
literally like a mixing pole.
Yeah, there's too much of everybody. You can't do that. I have never seen it, which is why it's crazy to me when I do hear these types of stories. Like, what? And it's always in areas that are predominantly this or predominantly that, predominantly this. It's always the same. If you have a large population of one group, it's going to be some nonsense. But if you have, you got 25% Black, you got 22% Asian, you got 23% Hispanic, you got 20%. It's just if you got like equal, it's not that big of a deal. So I think the DMV is kind of blessed in that area.
Yeah,
I definitely all over from all backgrounds, and
even growing up, we were very diverse. But we're gonna go ahead and switch over to our special guest. I'm so excited to have her on here. She's actually a cousin of one of our good friends. So I'm looking forward to, as Women History, again, we're going to have more women come on, talk their talk and what they do. So to get her on the show, DIZKO, I think she actually stepped away from the computer, but she's coming back. So we're going to go ahead and add her on here, and she's going to go ahead and do some things, do what she does. Which one am I adding on here? Let me see. Let me add this one. There we go. You good? You live?
Yes. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you? Welcome to the show, UGR.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, no problem. I like the shirt. That's what's up. Lilo and Stitch. Yeah. And that was my man. That's my show. That movie. Oh my gosh. But we look forward to having you on and doing your thing. Can you tell the people who you are, like where you from, just a little bit about yourself?
Well, I go by the name of DIZKO. That's capital DIZ, capital KO. The D and the K are capitalized because those are my initials. Originally from Brooklyn, New York. I lived in South Carolina for a while, so I've been back and forth, digging the music scene, fashion, everything, just dabbing in both. So, just enjoying myself.
I love it. How long you been rapping?
Honestly, I've been doing music for as long as I can remember, probably like as young as 7 years old, maybe even before that, like just writing, loving music. So I did poetry. I started off with poetry though.
Yes. Okay. I was going to say that's my love, my baby, poetry. And I catch myself writing a little bit of rhymes here and there, but look, I ain't no rapper. But
you never know.
You never know. Look, I love Erykah Badu. Okay. I'm sensitive about my stuff. But who would you say inspired you as well?
Everybody from Anita Baker, Lauryn Hill, like the list is endless. It's super endless.
I love it, man. Go ahead and rep for New York. We actually got a Yonkers over here.
Keep it down.
You know what I'm saying? He used to spit. You know what I mean? I did a little something. She's being modest. She actually has rap. We had a track together, whatever. But we here to see you and see what you do and rep for your area and who you are. So introduce your song and what you got, and we look forward to hearing it and the people.
Okay, cool. But I definitely got to hear that track that y'all have.
Hey, I'm on it.
You got to send it to me.
I got you. I will.
maybe we do something together.
She tried to hear what y'all.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah. Anytime.
For real.
I got you. We update these vocals.
Right, I have a project coming out in July, which is called The Whole Day Tape, this is gonna be my first album. So all of the titles have day in it, DAI. Those are the first 3 letters in my first name. So this one is called Manifestation. It's just basically about anything you want. Anything you want, you can have it as long as you believe it and work for it. So
I love that.
Yes.
I love it.
this is Manifestation. How's the sound? The sound is good?
Sounds good.
When you manifest, you must really feel insane. Yeah, but it's like so close that I can almost taste it. When you manifest, you must really feel insane. Yeah, but it's like so close that I can almost taste it. Not only do I want it, but I feel I need it, and I can almost taste it. Does that make me greedy? Me and my tested, TMI, you guessed it. You was right, no OG Mako. You get left if you're in Cramos in Texas, like you're from Waco. But really, what's the case though? I'm in the studio, but baby, you know how that thing go when I do one. Could do it lifelong, I just wanna make more. Don't have no one to talk to, so music be the scapegoat. Mask on with a cape. Female version of Space Ghost. Memories make me skeptical. I cannot escape those. Fake smoke what they blow. And I'm a dragon with it. Hit them high and low. Doesn't matter, no, either way I'm hitting it. They say my flow is cold and it ain't tricking if you getting it. I'm a witness, but they say I'm as gifted as a Christmas wish list. Said you weren't fooling, but I got you kneeling. Told you not to call me, now look at you feeling. Boiling like Spalding, well, heat it up just like Shaquille. Leave your inside the pulled and split like banana peels, for real. When you manifest, you must really feel insane. Yeah, but it's like so close that I can almost taste it. When you manifest, you must really feel insane. Yeah, but it's like so close that I can almost taste it. When you manifest, you must really feel insane. Yeah, but it's like so close that I can almost taste it. Brings out the worst in me sometime, but I don't wanna leave it. Looking in the mirror like, yo, I don't believe it. Act like it's so easy, but they could never be me. Say that I could say, but what would reasons be? Yeah, I get confused. I need that real more than often, love. If there is a truth, then why don't you just cough it up? Or why don't talk enough make me feel like my token counts? I prefer a good mouth when I pout. If you're willing, we can work it out. Like pieces of puzzles, huddles and cuddles. I need reassurance, kisses with I miss yous and love yous. They beg you to express yourself, but then they love to judge too. That's contradictory, could potentially bust you. Born with insecurities, but I bet that you'll remember me. Some things might hurt my heart, but never allow them to finish me. I deal mentally, so I just cope. I built the moat in my mind, so things tend to flow. Not really reaching the core, they don't really get through. Somehow I still want you to, but I don't really get you. I'm not that expressive, never been impressed with folk that will open their hearts, but are quick to look for an exit. When you manifest, you must really feel insane. Hey, but it's like so close that I can almost taste it. When you manifest, you must really feel insane. Yeah, but it's like so close that I can almost taste. Have a manifest day.
Hey, that's what's up. Shout out. That is dope. What inspired you to write that song?
Hold up. Before you answer that question,
Vaughn coming in.
Before you answer that question, where'd you get the hat from?
Oh,
that's the rated hat.
I ordered it. And I actually put my name
on the rating hat right there, the Kung Lao.
Oh, look, she got information on
Look at that. Okay, bet.
And then I got the word that I made up, Jumi.
Oh, word. Look at that.
Facts. And I got merch too. Y'all can hit me up. I can send y'all some pics and stuff and all of that. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the song though, what got you onto that one?
It was during quarantine. Honestly, I was just like in a whole nother place mentally. And it was kind of hard for me to record. So I just ended up like ordering everything I needed, learning how to record myself all over again, and just like feeling a sense of confidence, like, yo, I could do whatever I want to do. Like the fact that I can just make me a studio real quick and express myself how I need to, that's super valid for me. Like that's the main thing.
Do for self, like my man King Randall was talking about. Do for self.
Do for self. And I love your spirit. I love your energy, and I love the fight in you. That you know, the fact that yes, we were all in quarantine, we were all stuck in a house, but the fact that you went out and did something that obviously you felt like was your purpose, was your fire to keep you going. So I respect that, and I salute you for that, my sister, for just pushing through and not just sitting back and just letting life hit you. You punching back, so you a fighter for real. So I appreciate that from you.
Yes, I heard the metaphors. I love the message, and girl, I heard the vocals. Okay, so go ahead. I see you.
Like a little bit of everything. Gotta,
we love it. Definitely tell people where they can follow you and support you, and drop that Instagram, drop all that stuff for them so they can go ahead and see you on different platforms.
Word. Well, you can find me on all platforms. DIZKO, capital DIZ, capital KO. I have a couple projects out. There's definitely more coming. I'm a part of the team. We're called the Wild Ones. We're also on Instagram at the Wild Ones. Well, at Wild Ones WR1DON3Z. It's 4 Z's at the end though. My Instagram personally is DIZKO Music, DIZKOMUSIC, and you could just find everything else you need there. I got y'all. Just hit me up.
Definitely. We definitely will. And I'm going to link up with you and try to see what we can do and collab and get some stuff together. Because I need to get back to the pen and the paper.
She just inspired. I'm about to go home and write something.
I'm about to go put some stuff together. You know what I mean? So I definitely like that. You're definitely an inspiration to those that are out there that's just trying to do something. So keep up the good work and keep inspiring other people, man. So definitely we'll get together soon.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you coming on. Thank you for coming on UGI. Yeah.
Appreciate you coming
Anytime. Just let me know.
Most definitely. All right. Have a blessed one, my sister. We'll talk soon.
Peace.
Y'all too.
All right.
Bye.
DIZKO was in the building, yo. I'm loving her energy.
Yes.
She was dope.
She was dope. Yo, and I think I don't know how many. Well, for UGR, that was the first female rapper though. First female rapper.
And that message was very inspiring, especially for International Women's Month.
Yeah, you got to keep pushing though.
Girl, you got a lot of girl power over here.
a lot of girl power. Let
me put my hoodie on.
And look, and I ain't gonna lie, she didn't took the hydration. You know what I mean? Got to keep pushing through. Got to keep pushing through. That message alone was it. Just keep pushing through. Don't let anybody hold you back from your purpose, from your destiny. I think the best quote that I learned from mom growing up was that no man can stop what God has planned for you. Yeah. And that one to me is deep, and it resonates with me to this day, because you're always going to get someone, a naysayer, someone's going to tell you can't do something, you can't be this, you can't do that. But you can, you know what I mean? Like that door that they might be closing one door, but God definitely has another door over here waiting for you. But you're so stuck on this one. Keep moving in that direction. Go in a different direction. Keep pushing forward. So for her to come on and just talk about that and inspire other people, and she's not old at all. Like she was in her 20s. Then again, black don't crack, so she might have been. she might have been. I'm gonna find out her age, but she looked like she was in her 20s. But I'm glad that she was on the show to show to us and prove to us that it doesn't matter what you put your mind to, you can achieve. And that's big. So that's the hydration.
Yeah, that was dope.
So shout out to DIZKO for that. We appreciate you.
Yes.
But man, this was a great show, great topic. I love you guys.
I hope it wasn't too forceful. When it comes to the whole like political,
put your disclaimer out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna start putting it out there now. When it comes to the whole like political thing, man. Yeah, I'm in there.
No.
We can go ahead and
we're gonna get busy with that in April. We got one more female topic to talk about. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next week.
Friendly debates.
And then we're gonna have some debates and stuff
I'm
like
in
that.
there. I'm ready to go. We talking about feminism? I can't wait. If we talking about that,
we definitely are.
Yes.
That's a topic on its own.
All right,
y'all definitely got to stay tuned. And man, thank you guys for tuning in. We had a lot of people jump on here and say their piece. So thank y'all for jumping on. I respect y'all. Come back next week. Get live with us, man. UGR, we in the building. Peace out.
Love
Take care, y'all. Spread love.